I was going to use my fun new phone holder, but I've been informed that it is been lost to confusion, and we'll find it another time. But I did find something else I could hold on to my phone. There's a lot of shadows today because we're on the highway to go get the MRI, and maybe they will be able to see what is going on with my hip, with my thigh, and see if there is a bone or the disc or something did something shift during the injection that created this issue. We're ruling out things, and so go us. And being grown-ups, I'm saying so many times. I've medicated with pain medication to relax myself for the MRI. Even with an open MRI, your nutty girl is still a little nervous about enclosed spaces and spaces. So crazy. And we're on the highway, and the highway sucks. I hate driving on the highway, but you got to drive on the highway if you want to go anywhere in Phoenix, Maricopa. I think we're going to Gilbert today. Yay! And then we're going to go to my favorite store, and I think just home. We have some meals to make today. We got just some different things to make, and we're just going to chill at home. It'll be nice. Fresh and easy box food. Got 3 meals, and they need to be cooked. So I'm looking forward to that. Ooh, looking forward to getting this. What do you guys think of my look? I like it. Peace out. Video, I meant to take a picture. Ooh. Hey, well, we made it, but we are so early, and it is very busy and very full in the office, so we are sitting in the car. Aren't we? We try to get a couple of selfies, but he does not get relaxed. So I got some nice pictures, and he got some him pictures. So many people. It is very busy in there, and it's a really small room. So I'm going to wait. I'm kind of excited and nervous about the whole thing because today, before I left the house, I made an executive decision. Maybe a foolish one, but I made it anyway, and we only have my rollator with me. No wheelchair today. I hope it was not a mistake, but I'm feeling pretty good about the decision that I made. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. It has a seat, so if I get tired from the walking, then I can turn around and sit. But one thing is that instead of being pushed in the walker or in the wheelchair and not getting those steps and that exercise, I'll be getting it. So I'm anxious to sleep all day tomorrow. But at least it'll be a good tired. And my leg definitely could use the workout. So, well, I failed. I did not have the scan. Nobody said anything to me about an hour long scan. And I was okay. I didn't know anything about it. I got up on the table, and they got me all situated. It didn't look too bad because it's an open MRI. It's not as open as what I remembered the last open MRI was, but it was more open than the MRI at the hospital. And so we're getting on, and I'm trying to get comfortable. Now, you know that I have excess skin, and laying flat on my back on a flat board really is not very comfortable for me, even without all that's going on with my body. So I am not flat. My body's pretty fluffy, and it don't like to be flat. And so I got myself all situated, was getting myself situated when I said, well, about how long does this take? And she goes, oh, an hour. And I didn't even have time to think about going into a panic attack. I went from uh, her saying about an hour or two before she even had the hour completely out of her mouth. I was in complete panic, crying, having a cow fit, trying. I was like, what? No, I can't do this for an hour. And then she says, mind if I put some rubber band? Can you hold your toes together? I said, not for an hour. I don't even know if I can move my toe on my left side at all. I'm sitting in a parking lot. So then she puts a big rubber band around my feet so that my toes face each other because it helps the hip. Well, yeah, not for an hour. I was just like, I tried. They were going to take me out, and I was like, nope. I was telling myself all the things that you tell yourself when you're being irrational. I was telling myself these things. And no. So I did go in the scan, and I was in there for what I thought was at least 20 to 30 minutes. I really did think it was that long, but in fact, it was only 12. So I don't really know what we're going to do because I discussed the different scanning methods with the technician. She was quite understanding. I mean, she is the one that made me wait 45 minutes, guys, when I hit the waiting room at that office. I had taken medicine before I'd left the house because I knew where I was headed, and I knew even though it was open, I was going to have issues with the claustrophobia and probably some with the pain. So I took my medicine, took some pain medicine. And by the time I reached there, I was kind of sleepy, and I was falling asleep on Dean, and I like in and out of nap time on my husband for almost 40 minutes waiting to get the scan. By the time I got the scan, it was warm in the waiting room. I go back to where we're getting the scan. It is freezing. I get naked. I am cold. So I have been woke up. And then I had to wait another 10 minutes. And by the time I got back there, I was wide awake. Anything that I had taken was gone. And there was no relaxation happening when she said it was an hour-long scan, and I knew I was not going to be able to, my body was not going to allow me to lay on this flat thing for an hour. And I really have no idea how we're going to accomplish this. So we're going to go see. I gotta get the picture. There we go.
Y'all know how I just love me some traffic. And I just love me some Phoenix traffic. Where it's just sphincter to sphincter.
Hi guys. Now we're home. I have calmed myself. Have come to a realization that I will need to get blue waterproof mascara. It seems like every time I have on point makeup, or I should say eye makeup, and my eyes are looking nice, I have a cry day, and then I have mascara everywhere. So I've had a blue face pretty much the rest of my afternoon because I've just had a rough day. Been crying off and on about my inability to have the MRI done. And it's not anything, well, I don't know. Part of it is them, you know. We left the house. Was a 35-minute drive to the doctor's office. Just enough time for medication to start. So I took the medicine. You know, I did everything I could do to prepare myself for what was happening, except that nobody told me it was going to be an hour-long scan. So that really freaked me because, you know, really, I know my body, and I knew my body isn't going to allow me to lay anywhere hard for an hour because it wants to. They're gonna have to knock me out for that. I really just don't know what's gonna happen because I really need that MRI. You know, perhaps they should have done the hip MRI when they did the other three MRIs, checking me for something that was not my hip and turned out to be nothing, you know. So, you know, they had me in the right place. They could have done a hip MRI. Now I'm going to, you know, now we've paid for this session for an MRI session, worthless because, you know, we paid for our copay and we went, you know, I went through 12 minutes of a scan, excuse me. I started to say 30 minutes. It was not 30 minutes, 12 minutes of a scan. So, and I'm going to have to find another place that's going to do it for me and that's going to knock me out. And I'm not really sure how that works because I'm just really not sure how any of that works. So I'm not really excited about this. And I need to go to the doctor. I have some other issues. So I'm going to make an appointment with the doctor to discuss the other issues that I was going to wait and visit with him after I had had my MRI and we went to him for those results. Because I don't know that I'm going to get the MRI. The MRI does not keep me from getting a hip replacement at this time. 30 pounds keeps me from getting a hip replacement, not the MRI. The MRI was to rule out anything uh, physically keeping the thigh from behaving as a thigh should. So we can't rule that out without the MRI, and I can't do an MRI without somebody going, knock that girl out. So I'm not really sure how all that's going to work out for us, but we'll take one day at a time. And I'm going to go see the doctor about the unevenness of my legs and the hardening of the left thigh in the fat area. I'm gonna, you know, I'm just gonna just go see him. I was gonna wait, but I'm not gonna wait. I'm just gonna go and talk to him about it. Probably from inactivity. I've noticed I feel like it's getting better since I've been doing a lot of walking. I've been putting a lot of marching. My husband, I know, thinks I was marching last night. He's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm marching." I said they tried to get me to march in place when I was at the rehab, but I actually could not do it because I could not put any weight on my left leg, nor could I lift my left leg in at all. So I definitely couldn't do any marching. But my left leg is becoming more and more usable. I'm feeling better and better about it. So fingers crossed that I'm going to get full whatever I had back into my thigh, and I will be able to use my thigh like a normal person uses their thigh again. So today's day was good. I didn't do too much after we did the MRI. We did crazy Phoenix traffic to get over to my favorite store and then home again. We're going to do some cooking and get ready for the next week. And hopefully next week will be better. Oh, I just wanted to say one more thing. When I was in my favorite store, when I walked in the door of my favorite store, the receptionist's There's two. They were sitting there and they were both like giving me hand claps and high-fiving me and congratulating me for coming in there with the walker instead of with the wheelchair, because the last three times I've been in my favorite store, I've been in with the wheelchair. But today I was in there with the walker, and they were all very happy for me. My bud tender she was so excited for me. So I feel, she says, you look like you're feeling much better than the last time I seen you. And it's so good to see you walking. And I was like, well, I am feeling better than the last time I was there. And I'm definitely happy that I was able to use my walker today, guys. I'm in my wheelchair. He had to go get the wheelchair to bring me in the house, but, you know, I did a lot. There was a lot of walking. Yay! I pushed my limits and I'm sore as heck, but I was able to get these things done. Now to figure out how to get this stupid MRI on this crazy hip. That, by the way, should have already been done when I was in the hospital any of the three times I was there. But what do I know? I'm just a patient in pain. Peace out, everybody.